Hello, and welcome back to the channel. This is a bit different. You're on my PC for once. Yay. So this popped up on my phone. Well, the link to it popped up on my phone talking about a survey that apparently is going out to different people. And that is to remove the timer from Mythic Plus dungeons and put in a death limit. I think that's actually a great idea for multiple reasons. But, of course, it wouldn't be a WoW community anything if there weren't a bunch of people there only thinking of the incorrect possibilities of this. And what people there are waiting for cooldowns, uh, no risk keys, toxic for accidental death, stuff like that. There's already toxicity for people accidentally dying to something. That's already happening. And because you're required to go so fast, if a mistake happens, there's no recovering it because of the timer. As you get higher up in keys, you make a mistake, or a mistake happens, or something weird happens, whatever, bit of lag, whatever it is. You might as well go ahead and scrap the entire key. The entire run's dead. You're not completing the key in time now. So some of these points are already gone. And ideally, let's go down here. Where's the actual link to it? Oh, can I see the comments? There they are. There's the comments. Gotta love wowhead. A lot of the stuff is people just not understanding the concept of you're not going to end up in groups all the time with people saying, "Oh, let's wait for my cooldowns before we pull the next pack," because you don't have to. You're not going to have every group trying to sit there and say, "Oh, let's wait for my cooldowns," because doing a Mythic Plus with or without timer has the same concept of if you want to do more in one day, you're gonna go faster. The higher the key you do, the better it looks for your vault, right? And you need at least what you need at least 8 done a week, in order to get the 3 choices of the highest gear you can possibly get. You're not gonna have someone sit there, or a group of people sit there, or a random pug sit there and try to do the highest key to get the highest reward possible from the vault 8 times. Because if you're not ready for the content, you're going to die. And that's plain and simple. Yes, not having a timer, you might get 1 or 2 key levels higher than you should be going to with how you handle your character and how the rest of your party can handle the dungeon. You might get 1 or 2 keys higher than you normally would. But you're still going to hit the wall that you cannot pass if you don't improve your gear and improve your playstyle. So the timer not being there is not going to affect much of anything. Remove the time limit, degen stuff starts happening, like waiting for lust every pull. No one's going to sit there and wait for lust every single pull. If there's a group that does that, they're either A, trying to push as high as they possibly can, in which, let them do it. Honestly, let them do it. You're not going to be part of that group. Because, honestly, take the 30-minute debuff of leaving the dungeon, that's fine. And just cool down, and go join a group later on. After the buff's gone. Hell, they might even get rid of the buff if you figure out what's happening before they pull the first boss. Or pull anything in general. That's not going to happen in a normal situation. No. I don't want to sit around like I'm in a classic dungeon. Horrible idea. Yep. Honestly, this guy never did actual classic, most likely. They might have done the redone of classic. Even then, we weren't really sitting around waiting for people to do much of anything. We weren't pulling one group at a time. Classic now, classic, even vanilla when I originally started playing back in early vanilla. back when LFGDM meant looking for group for dead mines, not dire mall. That's how far back I played. The idea of the the only time you really sat there and waited was for the healer to drink up, and you just kept going. Whatever this guy's referring to, I don't think happened. Boring. It's not going to be boring as long as you keep going. Ideas than a timer. There are better ideas than a timer. Some of the major issues that people complain about Mythic Plus is that there's too many mobs you have to pull in order to get that percentage up. And then you have some mobs which are worth a fraction of a percent. There are some dungeons that simply you'll end up having to pull almost everything in the dungeon within that 30 minutes, or how long that time is for the dungeon. And if you lose to one person, well, you just pretty much threw away the key. Some people want there to be, if they do this, if they get rid of the timer, some people have suggested they put a leaderboard so they can still keep track of how fast you do a dungeon. And people can compete for the fastest times. And what other people suggest about this whole concept is, with the timer gone, it means you can try weirder things. Let's say you have two healers in your group. You and your friends, this is more of the scenario which you and your friends mess around, or your guildmates mess around. You have one tank online, 2 DPS, and 2 healers. Well, instead of having a healer go into DPS that isn't going to be as optimal, bring the healer as a healer. Sure, you'll take longer to do the dungeon, but you're not going to time out and break someone's key. Right? The only way you're going to break the key is if you run out of lives. This opens up so much more stuff you can do. Fun little things you can do. And honestly, that might be what fixes Mythic Plus. Because nothing's stopping people from forming groups saying, we're going as fast as possible. Just put that in just let people know that before you start the key. Hey, we're going as fast as possible. And if they don't like it, they can jump. Simple as that. If you have a plan that goes against, what normal people would do, like, hey, we're gonna wait for all cooldowns to come off cooldown before we pull every pack, because you're doing a plus 11, plus 12, plus something, or something you and your group are simply not geared for properly. Yes, let people know, hey, we're going to take this extremely slow. That people arguing that it's a non-issue. It's a non-issue. But no one wants to address it in a positive light. Everyone just views it as it's against what normally happens, so let's hate it. Ultimately, either they fix Mythic Plus to make it where it feels more enjoyable to run, or it's a system that needs to be gotten rid of. Anyway, have a good one. Bye.